It's virtual Vikings game plan. I'm your play-by-play voice, Paul Allen, joined by Ron Johnson, Fox 9, Pete Bercich, analyst, Minnesota Vikings Radio Network. This is the season finale edition of Vikings Game Plan. The team takes on the Lions. Pete Bercich, here are the numbers. And into the season finale from 6 wins. What jumps out?
You look at what Detroit's done, and offensively, they've been able to throw the football. The running game for them, I think, it was patchwork to begin with. I do like DeAndre Swift, and I think that's the key number there is how, they're going to try to run the football. Obviously, after what happened against the Saints, they're going to have to do that. They're going to try to keep this game quick, keep it fast, keep possession of the football. So that defensive front seven for the Vikings needs to really be ready, because DeAndre Swift is not a bad player. He has some pretty good runs on film. And, I think that's about as simple as it gets. The defense has been struggling all year, but offensively, they've been able to throw the ball, but I don't know if they will be able to this Sunday without Stafford.
Bomb with that, RJ.
Yeah, I agree with Pete on that. I mean, without Stafford, that's been their guy. You look at passing, that's really been their go-to. Spread the ball around, get it out quick, get it to the playmakers, try to catch you off balance. But then you look at points allowed. The defense is allowing 32 points a game. That is the worst in the NFL. So their offense is going to have to score. We know the Vikings have some weapons in Dalvin Cook and Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson and Irv Smith Jr. as of late, who's come on as a really good tight end. So they're going to have to really figure out, how do we go shot for shot with the Vikings? They just haven't figured it out.
All right, so for the Vikings into the season finale, kind of a big picture look at the 2020 that we've seen, or maybe what we should have known into the season. In hindsight, with all of the youth and injury on top of injury, would it have been a minor miracle for this team to have made the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so, Paul. I mean, you go – the big key on defense for me is Mike Hughes. I mean, we expected Mike Hughes to be the starter and have these young guys sprinkle in at one side or the other. And then when you go to nickel, you have two first-round draft pick, a third-round draft pick, and then Hughes. And when we lost him, he was really the veteran guy. We knew we were young at the secondary position. But again, in football, it's like one guy falls, it's like dominoes, right? And then you start losing more and more experience with the linebacking situation. I think if you would have handed me our starting lineup defensively for the Minnesota Vikings, 6 months ago for December, I would have said, yeah, if we get 6 wins, we'll be lucky. So you want to temper things, but you want to be realistic about everything. And unfortunately, between COVID and between injuries, man, we lost a ton of firepower on defense. And of course, it shows.
Now, the Vikings did provide the fan base with a playoff push. It ended Christmas Day at New Orleans when the Saints hung 52 on our favorite team, which did not make Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer very happy. I do a weekly radio show with him on KFAN called X's and O's. This week, speaking of playoff push, we discussed Eric Kendricks, who was not available for the playoff push. And, Coach, where did you miss him most?
Well, if somebody could make some plays, he was a big-time playmaker. Intercept the ball against Detroit in the end zone. His leadership ability of getting everybody lined up and making the correct calls and all those types of things. But just he just is a football player that goes and makes tackles all day long. And, with him not being there, obviously, and missing Barr, that obviously helped, hurt as well.